Hey guys, I am back. So I've had about a million things going through my head today. I don't know how long you guys are going to stick around. This might be a longer video, and trigger warning, I will be talking about animal cruelty and things like that. So like I said, a lot has happened over the last couple of days. If you've been watching my channel, you may or may not know this, but my dad worked in a zoo growing up, basically until I was a teenager. And I used to help him, go to the zoo with him, feed the animals. And I would get really sad when I went there because I would see the animals trapped in these cages and I would feel their pain. And it was really difficult. But I love seeing the animals. So I would go to the zoo. I had a million animals at home, tons of animals, dogs, cats, goats, chickens, all of these different kind of animals. I spent most of my time with the animals because everything I knew of humans was bad. They screamed and yelled at each other all the time. They lied. Back then kids got spanked, so they hit you. None of my animals ever did anything like this to me. All they did was unconditionally love me. And that was something that I found really beautiful. So over the last couple of days, a lot of stuff has happened. But one thing that really pissed me off in particular was about 4 days ago, when a friend of mine, a really beautiful person, a good friend, sent me a video from TikTok. It was a TikTok video of a farmer. She genuinely thought, she knows I'm vegan, she genuinely thought that this was some kind of farm sanctuary. When she sent me the link, I immediately knew it wasn't a farm sanctuary. The woman pretended like she lived on this cute little farm where all of her animals were pets. I don't know if that's true or not, because she was very careful about the way she answered the questions that I asked her, because I did see her perpetuating this lie, and I'll explain what that means. And I confronted her about it. And after confronting her, I realized that because she told me that her farm does goat yoga. If you guys are unfamiliar with goat yoga, it's something really stupid and trendy that people do in California. It is so stupid. And people think that you're cool if you do it. Wow, you did that? How did you afford that? I heard it's really expensive. Or what was that like? It must have been really cool. No, it's not. And if people only knew what they were contributing to when they did it, they probably wouldn't do it. The truth behind goat yoga is that goats don't stay baby goats forever, and you have to use baby goats, because if you use giant goats, that would be painful, right? Goats grow horns. So in order to avoid that, what they do is they sear the horns off. They completely remove them, leaves these bloody knobs on their heads. It's excruciatingly painful. There is no painkiller, no anesthesia, nothing like that. They scream. And the other thing they don't tell you about goat yoga is that the goats don't stay babies forever. So when they're done doing their little job of standing on your back and then falling off and then being put back on your back while you're doing yoga, they're sent to slaughter, because when they get big enough, they cannot, what's the benefit of having these goats around? There is none. They cost you money, right? So they're sold for slaughter, and then new baby goats are bought. So I was super pissed because this woman was perpetuating a lie, and my friend felt really bad for sending it to me, but she shouldn't have, because this is what everyone is told about animal farming and animals. They're told nothing, or they're lied to. You see commercials on TV with cows in green pastures, saying, we put a tracker on our cow, it walks this many miles. It's bullshit. They probably send the cows out a couple of days a week. The land looks nothing like that because they're raised on factory farms. And certain times of the year, it's far too cold to send animals out. And they will not go out of the barn when it's super, super cold. I guess if you want to call it a barn. 99% of all the meat and dairy that people consume in the US comes from factory farmed animals. It is like this in most parts of the world. the UK, Australia. Doing this factory farming takes over 1/3 of our plantable, 1/3 of our land that is not covered by ice. 1/3. So if you think about that, you have a lot. I don't know how else to explain that. You should be able to understand that in your head. 1/3 of the planet is designated for animal farming and animal feed. It's really terrible. They're treated like products. I could get into it, but there's a million different things that you can look up. The other thing that happened just today that really irked me was President Trump was on the TV talking about popping corn, the 2 turkeys that were given a pardon from death. Every year it is a tradition to give 2 turkeys, or to give a turkey, I don't know why there's 2 this year, but to give a turkey a pardon so that they will not be killed for Thanksgiving dinner. It really made me mad. Why would we do this? We abuse and kill every other turkey. Why would anyone root for this turkey if they don't care about the other turkeys that are being murdered, that they have no problem eating on their Thanksgiving plate, and that they shove the bread up the ass of a dead turkey and sit it there on the table? It's absolutely disgusting. And the way that we treat turkeys is horrifying. It is horrifying. It's horrifying the way we treat any animal that we consume for food. Again, 99% of the animals that we kill for food and dairy, meat and cheese, stuff like that, is from factory farms. Factory farms are detrimental to our environment. They are horrifying for the people that live around them, and let me explain why. If you think about this logically, okay, all of these animals, the billions of animals that we kill every year, they all have to use the restroom just like we do. So they have a lot of feces and a lot of urine. So what we do with that is we put it in a giant hole in the ground that is 4 football fields big. When this lagoon of poo gets too big, we take the poo out, we mix it with water, and then we spray it on the surrounding land. So many people live near these factory farms because they're just about everywhere now. And these people who are without the means to move, who don't have the money to move, who are essentially trapped there, are getting very, very sick. They have to sit in their houses with all of the windows and doors closed because the air, it's literally like shit rain coming down on them. So when we pay for these products, we contribute to all that. We contribute to, I guess they call it environmental racism. People that are poor, that cannot afford to move out of the environment that they're in. It's really horrifying what they do. The other thing that they don't really tell you about is that all of these people that work in the slaughterhouses, they're typically undocumented workers, people with multiple felonies, people that have no rights and can get no other job out there. So these people are basically slave labor. They do not get breaks. They do not get health benefit. They get nothing. They get to go to work and abuse animals all day. We're abusing more people by doing this. We are abusing the planet. We are abusing humans, and we are torturing and murdering billions of animals a year. Over 1 trillion sea animals. This cannot continue to happen. It's poisoning our air. The pollution that is caused by animal farming in the air, in the land, is destroying our planet. It is the second greatest cause of all the poison in our air. Second biggest cause. You can look that up. It's second to all the planes, trains, automobiles combined. That's a lot. So yeah, that is what really irked me today. I don't know if you guys are still here, but I highly recommend you looking into this. If you cannot deal with seeing animal torture, there are movies out there like What the Health, Forks Over Knives that are not going to be severely graphic. If you feel as though it is your duty, if you're going to continue eating meat and dairy, to look into what is truly happening, then maybe watch Earthlings or Dominion. Dominion, if you Google it on YouTube, it's Dominion movie. That's all I have right now. I am going to make another video because I'm already at 10, almost 11 minutes. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it's been eye-opening for you. I'm sure a lot of you are not here anymore, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I hope I've given you something to think about. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.